everybody, this is Kelly Parker. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with KP. And I'm delighted to have a special guest today. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Sandrella Sims. I'm an international real estate professional in Atlanta, Georgia, as well as in Dubai.
Okay. You notice that she said international. It's not just the state of Georgia, it's the country of Dubai.
Yes, the country of Dubai.
Okay. So we're going to jump right into it. So what made you want to do real estate in Dubai?
When I went and I experienced myself, I went to go speak last year. And when I spoke, I was like, oh yeah, I see myself here. The environment, the luxury, the money there, it's a whole nother lifestyle compared to the way we live here in the U.S.
Okay. So how safe is it over there in Dubai?
Well, Dubai is really one of the safest places in the world. And I love it because I see people, their children, teenagers, literally just walking around free at restaurants, at the playground. Like, I was walking around like at 3 o'clock in the morning in Dubai just for fresh air and going to the convenience store. And it's so safe, super clean. Mm-hmm. And even like being here in Atlanta, when I always have to carry my stuff on me, keep my stuff with me. In Dubai, everybody's like, I was at a restaurant. They were like, put your stuff down. It's okay. It's okay. Like, you can leave your stuff there and nobody's going to touch it because there's cameras everywhere in Dubai. So.
Okay. That's another great point. So for anybody who may want to visit or even move to Dubai, she's your girl. Make sure you get her information out of this video and in the caption. Another thing I want to know, and I'm sure they want to know, is about the price points compared to the U.S. How are the price points, and do you believe that it's a bubble over there, or it's safer to buy in Dubai than it is in America right now? What is your personal opinion?
Well, I believe that it's safe. Well, I know for a fact it's safer to buy there right now because of one, we still have a very high interest rate, and a bubble in Dubai would be complicated because most of the buyers are cash buyers. They don't believe in debt. Their religion does not believe in any type of debt. And so that's why cash is king in Dubai. They don't want anybody struggling to pay for stuff or can't afford things. So cash is the main thing in Dubai. So when you have cash and cash buyers, leverage, it's not an over leveraged market. And the price points start about $178,000 for like a 1-bedroom condo near the Burj Khalifa. Wow. And their payment plans. You can purchase one of those for $5,000 and then make payment plans over time. And then once you own it, it's freehold ownership. So you no longer have to pay first of all, you never pay taxes. And once it's freehold ownership, once you have the payments complete, you own it forever. You don't have to worry about anything else. It can go down to your children's, other family members, things like that. And that's one thing that I love about Dubai as well, because it's a freehold ownership and there's no property taxes. Property taxes have took so many homes from people here in the U.S., especially in Atlanta, when they gentrify an area. And let's say your grandma has owned that home for 35 years plus, and then now she can no longer pay the taxes. So now she cannot own that home anymore. So, which is very unfortunate.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to segue into gentrification. So based on what you just said, tell me how you feel about gentrification, and I'll tell you how I feel.
I think gentrification is a good thing. I think it's a good thing because it gives an opportunity for the people who are in that area to benefit from it. Because when the area is gentrifying, that means the schools become better, the roads become better. You know, you just don't really know. Sorry, I got a little. You don't know how many people actually get killed from. I had someone in my family who was hit from a drive-by, from a drunken drive, and it was actually in Adamsville, where I spent some of my childhood, where I grew up a little bit. So when there's not any speed bumps in that area, you don't know how many people this is something they don't share in the news, but a lot of people pass away from car accidents or hit and drive or drink and drive, whatever the case may be, because there are no speed bumps in those areas. Right. So I think gentrification is a great opportunity for certain areas to come up, but it just depends on, some people's situation.
I totally love your answer because you hit on a lot of points that most people don't think about.
Yeah.
Like you're thinking about gentrification in the whole as bringing value to the community, improving the roads, the schools, of course, the houses. Like all of those are pluses. The downside to it, of course, is the increase in property taxes. But the real big downside that most of our people have a problem with is that gentrification affects primarily people who rent because they're going to be outpriced.
Yeah.
If you're renting, then you don't get that increase in equity that you could use to combat those taxes or pull out that money, and pay those taxes because you're not getting any of that value that is being created because you don't own.
Yeah.
So a lot of us who hate gentrification just aren't educated on it about the importance of ownership. And if you own something in the neighborhood that is quickly turning over, gentrifying, or whatever you want to call it, then more than likely the value is also turning over if you're keeping the house up to code and up to date with current trends and stuff like that. So understanding gentrification isn't a bad thing is key. We all need to keep our neighborhoods up. We can gentrify our own neighborhoods. We don't have to wait for somebody else to come do it. We all need to understand that if I own this house on this block, I want the rest of the houses on that block to be up to code and look great. But if I rent on that block, then I probably don't care what these houses look like because I don't own nothing.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset that gets you trapped into claiming that gentrification is bad because you're getting outpriced.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily the case. So great answer to that. Now we're going to jump back to Dubai. I heard you having some type of investor tour over there. Over there or over here. Tell me a little bit about that investor tour.
Okay, so let's be clear, everyone. I have already had international experience. I started my first year in real estate when I got my license here in Atlanta. I also got my license in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And when I got that license, I was able to sell in 9 countries. But I did the Dominican Republic thing and it was good, but I wanted to try something different. So I did an investor tour there in Dominican Republic as well. And so now I'm doing an investor tour in Dubai. And this is really like about everybody else. I want this to be about inspiring others, helping others to see their next level. Because believe it or not, like when I went to Dubai, it changed my mindset. It changed my life. It changed my attitude, everything, because I was so boxed in. My goals were boxed in. My life was boxed in. I was so set on certain things happening. And it was but when you travel, it expands your mindset. So the tour is going to be about real estate, guys. And I'm just so excited. It's going to be real estate tours, 2 days. One day we're going to have a mastermind. And the mastermind is going to be specifically about real estate. If you've thought about opening a business in Dubai, we're going to have someone there who can show you how to open up a business, how to get your work visa, golden visa. And then you're going to learn about real estate from me. I'm going to speak on real estate. It's just going to be a great opportunity to network with millionaires and be around billionaires and learn something besides the U.S. We all see what's going on with the U.S. dollars, the bank accounts, the flights. Like, we see what's happening, and it's okay. But when you want to go to that next level, the best thing for you is to diversify your funds. Yeah. Have money, have a house here, have something. Real estate is the best asset you can have. We see what's going on with the stock market right now. Real estate, yes, it's going to be up and down, and you're going to lose, but it's something somebody can't take away from you. The stock market, their money is gone. The time they invested, everything they had, a lot of people lost a lot of money
this week.
But real estate is solid foundation. It's something that you can always go back to, even if it's not the time right now to sell. You can let it sit. Come back next year, 2 years, 3 years. Exactly. The market's going to be booming again.
Right.
So the interest rates are going to settle down again. And right now, interest rates are at about 5.5% for FHA loan. Okay. So, but back to the Dubai investor tour. This event is about everybody elevating their life, elevating their mindset. We're going to do the luxury real estate tour. I'm going to show you villas, condos, apartment buildings. And then after that, we're gonna have fun. You know, you want to get to know your business partner because now I'm your business partner. I don't want you to see me as like a stuffy person. Like I want you to know who you're doing business with.
Right.
We're gonna do a yacht event. It's gonna be a yacht party. You're gonna get to see the beautiful skyline in Dubai. And then after that is a nightlife. We're gonna show you one of the best nightclubs in Dubai too. We're gonna eat at a 5-star restaurant. And this nightclub I was actually able to party with Chris Brown and Quavo at this nightclub, Blue Nightclub. It's an amazing nightclub. It's beautiful. And after that, we are going to do barbecue, desert, and safari. So they're going to do fire, belly dancing. The food is really good in Dubai. Oh my God, the food's good. When I went, I gained about 15 pounds. But that's what we're going to do. That's pretty much the plan for the trip. It's October 21st through the 28th. And if you want to come, you should come. Yeah.
Tell them how to get in touch with you. Just call out your socials or number. Or
well, you can reach me at realty@sandrellasims.com. That's my email. Or you can get in touch with me from Instagram, which is one of my main platforms, at Sandrella_realtor.
Spell that for me.
Oh, you right. It's a little complicated. Okay, SANDRELLA_realtor, REALTOR.
All right. So you were saying a couple of things that made me always reflect on what I oftentimes think. Like the more you get out and see different things, the more places you travel, etc., the less you know. Like the more you see, the less you know. I don't care who you are or what you say. It's like when you get out and see these things, you realize I never knew this existed. Or I never knew this happened. Or I never knew this. It's like you can go to all these different countries. And although you're seeing new things, you're now open up your mind to think about what else am I missing?
Yes.
So now you're thinking I'm missing. I done seen 10% of this world. What am I missing? Now I'm seeing the other 90% because I never knew none of this existed. And these are all, little worlds on Earth that we don't even know exist.
That is so true.
Like coming into this space, you come in here, you didn't know this existed.
I did.
You look at a 120-year-old building and like, oh, okay. And this is here in the town you grew up in.
This is nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So seeing these things and traveling more and seeing more stuff, of course, it opens your eyes, but also makes you wonder more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean when the less you know.
Okay, so I get it.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say you're not documenting this and learning more. Yeah, you're learning more, but you're also wondering more.
You're wondering
so
like what's next?
What else is out there? Like
when
I went to college in Tallahassee, I was used to the girls in Central Florida. But when I got to FAMU, I was like, what else is out there? And that's just a scenario when I first got introduced to like getting outside of my comfort zone and seeing something different. I'm like, man, this is a whole, where you from? Washington. Which one? DC or the state? So it's like, you see so much and then, people come to you with their experiences. And of course, you're learning more about them, but you're also wondering more about what else is out there.
About life, yeah. It doesn't stop. It doesn't seem to stop. And it's like, once you do one thing, you're just thinking about the next. It's like the life of an entrepreneur. And that's what I wanted to ask you. What all are you doing? Like, what all are you into right now? And how do you juggle all of it? Because this studio is nice, okay? I'm going to have to come steal a room in here.
Go ahead. But basically, I'm a realtor as well. I've been a realtor for 10 years. I started off in Florida. Got my license down in Tallahassee. Used to be a school teacher. Moved to Atlanta about 8 years ago. Linked up with my partner, for those that know, Gene. My partner, Gene, the other construction king. Well, the construction king. And we do a lot when it comes to real estate. Not only do we, of course, build and renovate for ourselves, we teach other people how to do it.
Yeah.
We have several students, over 50, over 60 students. Over 15, 20 of them have already built houses and sold them or currently building. And, so what I personally do, I go by KP the Builder. I build her and I build him. And our slogan is, we build builders. meaning that we build people up to a point where they can take this information about real estate and continue to build for themselves and their family and create this wealth that needs to be created, because we were all at a disadvantage. And when you're talking about just now, when you spoke about how you could hold properties to create wealth, like, yeah, you can get rich building and selling houses, but you get wealthy by holding them. Because wealth is created when you hold real estate, not when you sell it. And especially as an agent, not when you get that little commission. You have to do that a lot. So putting your investor hat on, like you're doing, doing your investor events out in Dubai and other parts of the world, you're seeing things from a different perspective that allows you to calculate your next step. Like so many of us are blind and don't have nobody that looks like us to educate them, to give them the confidence that they need. So when they get into these rooms of people that look nothing like them, they're already intimidated because they're thinking they're at a disadvantage, which sometimes they are. But to put yourself out there to be this expert teaching people how to do this, you're actually helping more than you think. I mean, more than you know. And Gene and I get confronted. I'm gonna say confronted. We get confronted weekly by people we've never met. And it's not a bad type of confrontation. It's a good confrontation, because if I'm in the grocery store and somebody like, hey, what's going on, man? I've been following you for such and such. I like what you and your partner doing. Y'all teaching people how to build. Y'all linking up with Desi. Y'all linking up with Marco. Y'all linking up with Gary and all these other celebrities that they follow or whatnot. And they're able to see somebody that looks like them, that is approachable but not attainable. Right? That's how I see myself. Like, you can approach me all day, but if you want to work with me, I have to want to work with you.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, you can't work with me. Like, I mean, a lot of people can get in touch with me. They can approach me. I'm that type of guy, but I'm careful with who I work with because of all the frauds and all the scammers and all the false information givers. Not only here in Atlanta, but the world. Like, it's at an all-time high of people getting taken advantage of by, so-called experts since social media has been out there.
Yeah, and this it's very unfortunate, because a lot of people want anybody who's hungry or anybody who has ambition, you want to get ahead. Yeah, you want to. It's like but not thirsty, but it's a hunger. Yeah. To where you're dying to get ahead. You want to get ahead. You know that there's more. You're hungry. Right. So, and sometimes you can run into the wrong people and do the wrong, sometimes you can run into the wrong people and get taken advantage of, or. You can't eat everybody cooking. Yeah. If you're hungry, just remember you can't eat everybody cooking. That's why I told my friend today, I said, baby, I stay hungry, not thirsty. Right. Like, I'm always ready to eat, but yeah. I can skip a couple too, because it's the scammers and the fraud and the fake people. We here in Atlanta, and like we were talking off camera, Atlanta, for those that haven't visited Atlanta, for those that live here, those that may want to visit here, don't be surprised when you get here and realize that Atlanta is Instagram. It is social media, because there's so many people pretending to be something that they're not. It's easily confused with reality. It's like a virtual reality that these people live in, and you're just the sim walking through this virtual, real life scenario. It's like a matrix, where some people don't understand that faking it till you make it is cool, but you can't believe you made it while you're faking it. Yeah. Because you'll get lost in the mind. You get lost in your mind about what's currently going on. But if you have to put on this suit and go get into this meeting or networking event, that's what I mean by faking it. You have to present yourself in a way that you will be respected by your appearance, but also understand that you have to be able to back up what you're appearing to be with education, with direct information, with real results. You can't just put this suit on and say I'm a businessman and haven't completed any real deals or did any real thing to give yourself that title. You can look the part, but you got to start playing the part. And that's for anybody, not only here in Atlanta, but that's worldwide, because my partner and I
we have a campaign called Show Your Work. We're sick of all these gurus popping up every week, selling people something that would like to, just take advantage of you because you're new. They know you're new because you're buying into them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, then you'll be able to see through the foolishness by asking them early on, show your work. Like I always say, man, when you was in grade school and you was in math, you didn't get credit if you didn't show your work. That's the same thing with the way I view people that I do business with. Like, you can't tell me you do something and you can't show me what you've done.
Yes.
Show your work. If you want to work with me, here's what I've done. What have you done? Because I'm not in the business of pretending that you're on my level or you've done what I've done or you can add to what I'm currently doing. You got to add something, some type of value to everybody you meet.
It's levels to this.
Oh, yeah.
And people just got to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
It's levels to this. And like for me, even though I always make sure I look good. I'm going to just say that.
Right.
And I've always in my mind had, I'm that girl. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to do it. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing but part of that is sometimes that confidence comes from the work behind the scenes, not because the dress I'm putting on or, how I do my hair, it helps. But when you have something up here and you actually know what you're talking about, when you open your mouth, that gives you a whole another level of confidence. And then even this Dubai market, it's not something I got my license, but I'm learning and I still it's something I have to study. So when I'm talking about it and somebody asks me something, I can deliver, because the worst thing that you can have is, you look the part and then you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Everything I do, I give it 110% because it's my image, it's my brand. I've been in real estate not very long, but I plan on being in real estate for a long time.
Right.
So you don't want to, your face card is important.
Very important.
Especially.
You got to be, like you just said, you have to be able to back up what you pretend to be or what you're claiming to be.
Yes.
Because.
Really be that girl.
Really be that because we all know what a con man is.
Mm-hmm.
But most don't know that the word con comes from confident man. It's not convicted, con man like a convicted felon and whatnot. It's a confident man.
Oh,
that's what a con man.
Like, sign up today.
They're con man because they're confident in telling you what they can do, but it's up to you to ask them to show you what they've done or what they're currently doing if they claim to be doing this for real.
Yeah.
So they're all con men because they're very confident, but don't be convinced by them if they haven't been able to show their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in Atlanta like that, like you said, because
all right, I got two more questions for you. I'm going to cut you off.
Okay.
You can finish what you were saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay, I got two more questions for you. One is, and you can answer this and then I ask the second question. One, what would you tell someone watching that's younger than you? Two things.
I'm only 30, by the way. Let's be clear.
Okay, someone 20.
And I'm killing it.
That's that part. Someone 20 years old that is looking to get into real estate, what would be two things that they need to do right now?
What I would say, the two things are,
You can say how you started. Go ahead.
One, you cannot be soft. You can't be soft. Because I'm a woman. I'm a girl's girl. And I'm a soft girl. I'm just going. But in business, that is off. Like now I'm about business. I'm about my client. If you want to become successful, one, you cannot be soft.
I like that.
You have to have thick skin. You got to be able to take it's gonna be a lot of no's, and it's gonna be a lot of letdowns. It's gonna be some things that happen with family on your road to success. It's gonna be some stuff that happen with friends, with money. It's gonna be a lot of disappointments, and you got to be able to say, okay, I'm gonna keep pushing. You got to want it bad enough to wherever happens with anything that you're going to be able to still push through, because it's easy to go get a job.
Right.
It's easy to say you want to you got to do something like regular. But when you tell your family and friends you want to do all this crazy stuff like sell real estate and Dubai, they're going to be like, girl, who you think you are? Like, it's going to become a problem. Not just with them, but everybody. Because people are like, who do you think you are? How dare you? You're a black girl. Look at this black skin. No, what you doing? So 2, I would say, 2 is make it about others. Make your mission about others. Don't be so selfish, so hungry, so greedy that you forget about other people. Because the moment you forget about the people you're serving, is the quickest way to go down. You got to be able to give something, not give everything. Don't take no L's if you can prevent it, but give something to somebody. Just a little community work, like, just show some love and give and serve. And sometimes you're not going to be able to get in every room because maybe you don't have the money, especially starting out, but you can always serve your way in the room. You can always say, hey, what can I do to be a part of this? So those are the 2 things
I love that. I love all that, because what you're basically saying to the younger demographic is to get ready to get uncomfortable. Like, you have to be uncomfortable to grow. You're going to be told no. You're going to feel some kind of way, some pushback from family, friends, strangers. You're going to feel it. So get ready to be uncomfortable, but it's up to you to, like she say, don't be soft. Like, if it's something that you want, you have to go get it. Ain't nobody going to give you nothing. Like, they'll give you an opportunity, and God gave you the opportunity every day He wake you up. So it's up to you to utilize it and continue developing that gift that He's giving you, because if you don't continue to use what God gives you, He's going to take it away. So He may take away that ambition. He may take away that drive, but it's up to you to act on it. When you think about doing something, you need to do it, like, immediately. Like, don't wait. Just go ahead and jump. And my second question is, what would you tell your younger self about who you've grown to be right now, like, to prepare you to be this person? Because I often think that younger self still lives.
I want to ask you that too. But
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. That younger self lives in you still. So talk to them. What would you tell them about who you are and where you're going, since you can see it a little better now?
I would tell my younger self, you are beautiful, you are bold, you're fearless, you can do anything, and put down the ego, put down the pride, put down the fight. Whatever that guard is, like, some of us, we don't even realize we walk around with such a shield over us. And people can feel that shield, and it can block. You protecting from the bad, but you're also in a way possibly blocking blessings too. Right. So, and for so long, I've been through a lot, like, in my life. So for so long, I had like a shield over me, or a ego. And really, ego is not. It can look like confidence, but a lot of times it's not confidence.
It's confused with confidence.
The ego can be really just pain, and the ego can really just be a guard and hurt. So what I would tell myself is let down my ego, because my ego cost me a lot of money. Just tell you, people was like, "Oh no, we ain't dealing with her. She like herself a little too much, So I had to step back from that girl because it was blocking my blessings. I had to let that shield go. And that shield was nothing but fear too. The ego was nothing but fear. It was all fear-based. It was all made up about what could happen, what would happen, So that was what I would tell myself.
That's extremely good, because you're talking to yourself when you're talking to your younger self. And you've acknowledged some of the things that kept you from getting a little further, a little faster.
Yeah.
Like that ego. I'll flip the question to myself. What would I tell my younger self? From the words of one of my favorite poets of all time, Andre Benjamin. He said, spaceships don't come equipped with rearview mirrors. They dip. Meaning that, why look back? And it's another...
I love that.
Yeah, it's another. I got
Now,
that. I put that on the back.
Who said that?
Andre 3000.
Oh, that was in the song?
Yeah.
Okay. I need to, what song is that?
Spaceships don't come equipped with rearview mirrors. They dip. That might be on International Players Anthem for
Okay.
UGK. So
Oh, yeah, I like that song. How I missed that?
yeah, what I would tell myself is something that I read, that there's a reason that the rearview mirrors are smaller than the windshield, because the future, you have to focus on that. You can't focus on what's behind you.
Absolutely.
So growing up, we have this resentment from, growing up the way we did and all this stuff, but we have to focus on where we're going and continue to use this MapQuest mindset. We can't use this GPS mindset. And what I call the GPS mindset is what the new generation is used to. They're used to using Waze or Apple Maps or Google Maps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They just put in a destination, don't know how they're gonna get there, and expect that GPS to call out their left, right,
Mm-hmm.
turns and approximate arrival time, etc. But with MapQuest, when I grew up, you had to print these directions.
Mm.
You had to read these directions.
Mm.
You had to travel like this way to get to where you're going. You had to remember, I'm making left on Main Street.
You had to remember that stone.
Yeah,
That
I gotta
stone we
remember
had.
that. But our parents grew up with just a straight map,
Yeah.
and the people before them used stars.
Mm.
So once you see that the downfall of the way we get to where we're going is not as documented as it used to be, because it's easier to fail that way. We have to start remembering what mistakes we made so we won't make them again, or what turns we did so we won't do it again. But with the GPS mindset, people are thinking they're invincible. They're thinking they can just, I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy, and have no plan to get there. But now using that MapQuest mindset, I know I got to go do this job over here to get this money so I can pay for this course, to do this, to do that. And you're learning how to do these things with that type of mindset.
Absolutely. That's a
But
good
with
way to
that
look at it.
GPS mindset, I feel bad for the kids that I talk to watching YouTube, whatever. Man, just start now. Like, do something that's going to progress you forward rather than just being stagnant. So we just have to focus on where we're going, circling back. Focus on where we're going, not where we came from.
Yeah.
It's one thing to get in the room and say, man, I grew up, stayed in the projects, which I did for 18 years, stayed in this, stayed in that, and then I'm talking to a room full of people that had it worse than me.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I dwell on where I came from to make me feel good when these kids probably ain't grew up with no parents, probably grew up in trailers with their grandma. I had my mom and my daddy, so I talk about the good stuff that happened to me. I'm not dwelling on the bad stuff, because that's how people get trapped in that mindset.
Yes.
Man, I came from nothing, and I'm self-made, and no, you're not. Nobody's ever been self-made on earth.
Oh,
Nobody. I hate to hear people say they're self-made,
that is a good one. Why do you feel like that?
because even if you sold drugs and became rich,
Mm-hmm.
made a lot of money, who did you sell them to?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't bought them and used them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't sell anything and call yourself self-made, because
Yeah.
what about the people that are supporting you, whether it's your music, whether
That's
it's
good.
your clothes, whether it's your food?
Yeah.
These people made you.
Yes.
So you have to do right, because you're not self-made, no matter who you are or what you think.
That's
You
good.
need people to be successful.
Yeah.
Even with AI, you need people to be successful. So until we start appreciating people for people, we won't be successful. When you look at people as dollar signs, you won't be successful. Not long, not in a good way. Yeah, you can get some money, but what come with it? It's a lot of bad stuff come with dirty money or bad money.
Yeah.
So you got to get away from it, do right by people, and continue to, just bless people. One way or another way, you just giving them good words of confidence, or actually just, helping them out. Like one of my favorite things to do, and I said this on a prior video, I like to talk to people at the light that are at the light getting money. I say these the Georgia tolls, because I grew up in Florida. It's like, we got toll roads, so we're going to pay them tolls. So when I get to light up here and there's somebody up there with a sign, I just say, I got to pay my toll.
Yeah.
I gotta get them whatever I got right here in my cup holder or whatever
Oh, yeah,
because
because they almost on every look.
man, they on every corner, especially down 20.
Yeah.
So
And it's getting worse.
it's getting worse.
Yeah.
But I like to ask people, and I got a good friend off of Candler Road. He have on army pants with a black guy. He never was in the military. He told me.
Mm-hmm.
He said he just wear it because people feel sorry for veterans. And I talked to him. So I really like talking to people on these corners because they all have a story.
Yeah.
And they want to feel like somebody's listening
Yeah.
or they're an actual person again.
Yeah.
When I ask them, like, what's going on, man? How you feeling today? I'm making it. Like, what can make your day better? So really, I don't even know. And then they start thinking. So now, ain't nobody asking that
Yeah.
in years.
Yeah.
So doing all that, man, just make people feel like people.
That's it. That's it. And I wanna comment on that. Nobody's self-made.
Mm.
A lot of my career, a lot of my elevation in life has something to do with someone. So, and whether it was like my aunt, she helped me in my real estate career. She helped me with my investment properties that I have now. Even though we're not really speaking now, I still always love and I believe in honoring. That's why a lot of people can't get ahead because they like, oh, somebody paved the way.
Yeah.
So, like you said, somebody did something. And then my ex, like he helped me in so many ways, my ex-husband. So it's like where I am now, I had good people in my life who helped me get to where I am.
Right.
So that's very true. Nobody's self-made.
At all.
We all need somebody. We all have had somebody to help us get there.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
None of us were able to do what we're currently doing by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Life is about problems and solutions since you're born.
Yeah.
The first problem you're faced with after you're born is you can't feed yourself. You can't change yourself. You can't bathe yourself. Your last problems you're going to have before you die. You can't feed yourself. You can't bathe yourself. You can't walk. It's the same thing. We just got to keep it straight between the birth and death if we blessed to live to that age. But yeah, man, I want to thank you for coming on and chopping it up with me again. Please get them your socials. It will be on the screen. So.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining us. You can follow me on Instagram at Sandrella_realtor. That's SANDRELLA_REALTOR on IG.
All right, there y'all have it. Again, I'm KP, Kelly Parker. See y'all on the next one. Thank you for tuning in. If you like today's episode, please share it with a friend or two, and please comment. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.